In this video we will learn about relation. To learn about relation, we first we have to know about Cartesian product of sets. So first of all, we assume that we know about Cartesian product of sets. To quickly remember that, suppose A and B are two non-empty sets, then the Cartesian product A cross B is the set of the ordered pairs AB, where A is from the set A and B is from the set B. Why this is we call this ordered pair? Because AB is and BA, these two pairs are not equal, because there is a ordering in the places where A and B are. So if A is in the first place and A is in the second place, these two are different two pairs. So these are called ordered. So these are called the ordered pairs. Now let us come to relation. First, giving a formal definition of relation, we take an example. Suppose A is a set A, B, C and B is a set. So A cross B, if we write it in the roster form, is a set of all ordered pairs, the set of all possible ordered pairs, the first element from A and the second element from B. In this way we write all the elements of A cross B. So A has 3 elements, B also has 3 elements, so A cross B should have 9 elements. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9 elements are there, which are elements of A cross B. Now we consider a subset of A cross B. So just we are taking some random elements from there, A1, B1 and B3. So R is a subset of A cross B, because we have chosen 3 elements from A cross B. Obviously R is the subset of A cross B. Then R is called a relation from A to B. So what we have learned, if we take any subset of A cross B, any subset, we have chosen this subset randomly. So any subset of A cross B, R is any subset of A cross B, is called a relation from A to B. So formally we may define it as, if A and B are two non-empty sets, then if R is a subset of A cross B, then R is called the relation from A to B. And suppose A1 is a member of R, then in notation we may write it as AR1. That means A is related to 1 by the relation R. A is related to 1 by the relation R. So AR1 means A1 belongs to the pair, A1 belongs to R. This is just a way of writing. Now you should be wondering, if R is simply a subset of A cross B, then why do we call it a relation? Why is it a relation? Is there any justification for calling it a relation? obviously is there justification. So what is that? So now we take another example. Suppose A is 1 2 3 and B is 4 5 6. Now we take a subset R of A cross B. Take a subset of R A cross B as 1 4 1 5 1 6 2 4 2 6 and 3 6. So is there any process or speciality in picking these elements from A cross B? Yes, there is a speciality, or there is a process of picking. We have not chosen this randomly. The process is that if we write it in a set builder form, R is comprises of these pairs where A belongs to A and B belongs to B, and the relation is, there is a relation between A and B, that A divides B. So we have chosen these pairs keeping in mind a relation between the members of each pair. So there is a relation between the members of each pair. So 1 divides 4, 1 divides 5, 1 divides 6, 2 divides 4, 2 divides 6 and 3 divides 6. So we have not chosen the R randomly, we have chosen it by a certain relation. That relation is A divides B. So in this context we call it a relation, because we don't take any subset of A cross B in mathematics. In for our usability, we don't take any randomly any subset of A cross B. We construct a subset of A cross B by a relation, by taking a relation between each member of every pair of that set. Okay, so for this reason we call it a relation. Now we go to binary relation. What is this term refers to? Binary relation. Binary relation is nothing new. Actually we are taking here the product of A and B to different sets. If we take the product of the same set A cross A and we take a set R, subset of A cross A, then we call this R a binary relation on a binary relation on A. So we call this R a binary relation on A. Now there are some very beautiful results of binary relations, or beautiful examples of binary relation. We may consider one of them. Actually the binary relation shows how the algebra, or this discrete or this abstract algebra, is connected with geometry very closely. Suppose this is a plane and any point in this plane is AB. Now how could we point out this point? We can notify this point as AB because we take help of a reference frame. So we know that this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Now what is x-axis? This is a straight line. This is no ordinary straight line, we call it a real line. And also y-axis is also a real line. So x-axis actually a real line. That means in algebra we may call it the set R. That means the real number set. So the real number set is represented by a straight line here. This is also a real number set. So the members of this plane are the members of this Cartesian product R cross R. This is R, this is also R. So any point on this plane AB actually a member of the set R cross R. So the whole plane is actually R cross R. Now we consider a circle there. Which has center at 0, 0, and suppose the radius is small r. Then the area enclosed by this line, this circle, in other words the points enclosed by this circle are suppose those points, the set of those points is S. So the S points are obviously the subset of R cross R. So we may call it S is a binary relation on R. So there is another point of view from the point of view of abstract algebra, that S is a binary relation on R. Actually S is the area enclosed by this circle. So this area is a binary relation on R because S is a subset of R cross R. Now if we had to write the set S, how could it write it? We may write it as S is a subset of all those pairs xy such that x and y obviously belongs to R and x square plus y square lesser equal to R square. Why this? Because if this is a circle of radius R centered at origin, then the equation of this circle is x square plus y square equal to R square. Then all the points on this circumference of this circle satisfies this equation. So x square plus y square equal to R square. So all the pairs or the points all the pairs situated on this circumference satisfies this relation x square plus y square equal to R square, and all the pairs in between this area satisfies x square plus y square less than R. So in total all the points on the circumference or within this circle satisfies this relation. So actually there is a relation in choosing these pairs. The relation between x and y in each pair is this. So obviously S is a binary relation on R. Now we go to types of relation. How many types of relations are there? There are three types of relation. The first one is reflexive, second one is symmetric, and the third one is transitive. So first we start with the reflexive relation. So we erase this too, we'll learn later on. So first one is reflexive relation. What is reflexive relation? Suppose we take a set A 1, 2, 3, and then the A cross A would be the set 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, then 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, then 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. So this is the set A cross A. It has 9 elements because A has 3 elements, so A cross A should have 9 elements, so 9 elements are there. Now let us take a subset R of A cross A in this way. We may write it here. One one, then 1 2, then 2 2, 3 3, 3 2, 3 1. So I have chosen these 5 pairs from A cross A. Now what is the special here? The special here 1 1, 2 2 and 3 3. 1 2 3 are 3 elements of A. All the elements of A actually 1 2 3. There is no other element except 1 2 3. For 1 1 pair is here, for 2 2 pair is here, and for 3 3 pair is here. So for every element of A, the ordered pair by relating with itself is there. For every member, the ordered pair relating to itself are there. So formally we may define it as AA belongs to R. AA belongs to R for all A belongs to A. For all A belongs to A means for every element of A, for 1 1 is here, for 2 2 is here, for 3 3 is here. So this is a reflexive relation. 3 2 and 3 1 is no factor here, it doesn't matter anything here. So 1 1 2 2 and 3 3 should be there if a relation contains 1 1, if a set contains 1 1 2 2 and 3 3, then that is a reflexive relation. Any relation which contains 1 1 2 2 and 3 3 would be a reflexive relation. Okay, now if, in other words, if we omit 2 2 here, then it won't be a reflexive relation, because for all A belongs to A, A should be here. So 2 is the element of A, but 2 pair is not here, so that won't be a reflexive relation. So for every element of A, 1 1 2 2 3 3 should be there to make it a reflexive relation. Now we move on to symmetric relation. Symmetric relation. Now what is symmetric relation? Again we start with an example. Suppose R is a set which has 1 2 2 1, 3 2, 2 3 and 1 1, suppose. So how we have chosen these elements of R? 1 2 and 2 1. 1 2, the 2 1 is the opposite pair of 1 2, so 1 2 and 2 1 is there. 3 2 and 2 3, these two are opposite to each other pairs, so the opposites pairs are here. For 1 2 2 1 is here, for 3 2 2 3 is here. So to define symmetry, we write it as if AB belongs to R, if AB belongs to R, that means if there is any pair in R, if it implies BA is also there, then that would be a symmetric relation. So what is it? Suppose 1 2 is here, that means 2 1 should be there. 2 1 is here, 3 2 is here, and also 2 3 is here, and 1 1 is here. The opposite of 1 1 is itself 1 1, so that is also there. So this is a symmetric relation. If we omit any one of these opposite pairs, suppose we omitted 2 3, the opposite pair of 3 2, then it won't be a symmetric relation. If we have to omit, then we have to omit this also, then that would be a symmetric. Then now this is a symmetric relation, because for 1 2 2 1 is here, and for 1 1 1 1 is here. But if we write another element here, suppose we write 3 1, then to make it symmetric we have to also add 1 3, the opposite of 3 1, then it would be a symmetric relation. Okay, now let us come to transitive. The transitive relation. What is transitive relation? If AB is a pair in the relation R and BC is also present in that R, then if that implies AC belongs to R, then that relation is called a transitive relation. What does it mean? Suppose we take an example R. Now we are constructing it as a transitive relation following this procedure. Suppose we are taking 1 2 2 3 and 3 1. So if 1 2, to make it a transitive, what we have to add more? There is 1 2 and 2 3, so 2 and 2 matches here, B and B matches. If B and B matches, then AC would be there. AB is in R and BC is also in R. Then the last element of this pair and the first element of this pair, if matches, then AC would be there. So here 2 and 2 matches, so 1 3 should be there to make it a transitive. Again 2 3 is here and 3 1 is also here, so 3 3 matches, so 2 1 is also here. Again 3 1 is here and 1 3 is also here, so 1 1 matches, so 3 3 should be there. Again 2 1 is here and 1 3 is here, 2 1 is here and 1 3, so 1 1 matches, so 2 3 should be there. Here is 2 3. Again 2 1 is here and 1 2 is here, so 1 1 matches, so 2 2 should be there. Again 1 2 matches, 1 2 and 2 1 matches, 1 2 and 2 1, so 1 1 should be there. So this completes the list to make it a transitive, because for any two pair following this rule, the AC is also there. 1 2 2 3, if we take 1 2 2 3, so 1 3 1 3 is there. If we take 2 3 and 3 1, so 2 1 is there. If we take 3 1 and 1 3, so 3 3 is there. If we take 1 2 and 2 1, 2 2 matches, so 1 1 is there. And if we take 2 1 and 1 2, 1 1 matches, so 2 2 is there. So if these elements are in R, then this is a transitive relation. And obviously if we omit any one of them, then the transitivity of this R is lost. Okay, so these three are three types of relation. Now if we consider another relation which comprises of these three relations together, that means a relation which is reflexive as well as symmetric and also transitive. So these three properties are there in a single relation. All these three properties are there in a single relation. Then that relation is called an equivalent relation or equivalence relation. So that is called an equivalent relation. So that's all for relation. The next video we will discuss about function.